What's going down, guys? How you doing? This is TK Pryor coming at you, and I wanted to make a quick little video in relation to the additions that I just added to the cryptocurrency entrepreneur space. You know, I really want to see the group advance and the cryptocurrency movement advance. So I think as entrepreneurs, we all need to come together and add valuable content to the group, and then also work together in terms of how we can assist the learning curve within our space. The latest video I just added kind of talks about that same thing, and it goes into a pretty detailed explanation in terms of the semantics involved in something going viral. There are certain ad agencies that grew up in advertising and media, and then sort of migrated toward viral marketing. But because of their background, they understand the semantics in something going viral. And every now and then you'll see one of those groups do a training video that is sort of like the one I just posted. You know, the one I posted in the entrepreneurial space is based on Ethereum platform and how to grow it, coming from the Ethereum eco space. Okay, but the general principle of multiplication and how things spread is what's broken down in the video. Kind of gets into the bell curve and the multiplication of 10, or factors of 10 multiplication. So I love whole number multiplication because the results, the mathematical results, are something that you just can't argue with. And when I do money applications for my personal life, I always do it in whole number 10 multiples. That's just me. I'm negotiating right now with altcoins in those same numbers. So I really want to have everybody come together and do things to convey the advantages of cryptocurrency. Because think about somebody who's not in your space, somebody who's not in your understanding of life. Most of the time, people acquire things or exchange money for things when they see an advantage or when they perceive a need. So when you think about our space, when you think about cryptocurrency, in order to get it in the hands of someone who only knows paper money, then you have to show them an advantage. So it's been talked about before, but one thing that's major in the world of fiat money is the manipulation and control, the limited access, and the gatekeepers. So when you talk about social economic change, and whether you have a moral stance on that or not is not my focus. What I'm saying is, regardless of your moral stance, you can begin to effectively make a change and reach that statistical tipping scale number in people when you have something meaningful that affects other people's lives. And this is, like I said, talked about in the video I just posted. But I mean, think about it. When you have an idea and the idea is bigger than a thing, sometimes the idea takes on a life of its own, and that perpetuates the growth in spite of the thing. So let me give you an example. 80% of the world is unbanked. And where I live here in Kuwait, a huge financial market is remittance. So Kuwait is a very small indigenous community. I think somewhere around 70% of Kuwait is expat. So without getting into the reasoning behind that, most of expats here in the financial space send money to their home country once they receive it. We're talking about paper money. So remittance is a extremely huge business here in Kuwait. So think about decentralized currency in contrast to fiat currency as it applies to remittance. You have all of these unbanked people who fall into the expat community within Kuwait that get paid in fiat money, go to a third-party centralized agency and send money to their home country. And on average, you're looking at between 4 and 6% being charged on each transaction that takes place. Now, if you take that same concept in contrast to decentralized currency, now we're talking about still sending the same money from Kuwait to your home country, but you're doing it with probably a fraction of the fee. So now you can send the same amount of money to your home country with 1/10 of the fee or a fraction of the fee that you were paying, anywhere 4 to 6% on. So that's a huge factor that will improve the lives of someone who really doesn't make that much money and constantly is paying that fee. So that becomes a social economic thing that takes on a life of its own because of the advantage, the benefit. So that's what I mean by our space and our space conveying benefits to other people. Hey, you're going to do this anyway. It's more advantageous if you do it through decentralized currency instead of fiat. So that's the message that I do. My marketing method has always been education. My goal is financial literacy. And in the process, I would like to help some people to diversify outside of the dollar. I'm one of the few people that believes the dollar is going to crash because that system, the fractional reserve banking system, is not sustainable. And it's fundamentally flawed by design. So if you do a little bit of studying, you realize that the phoenix rising from the ashes has already been talked about and planned. But to utilize cryptocurrency as a solution to any financial crisis and to use strategic communication to propagate the concept of advantages that improve your financial life is how I suggest that we do this to convey or viralize the cryptocurrency movement. So you want to get other people involved because, hey, this can help you. You know, this could allow you to become your own bank.